Hurricane Stadium for this afternoon.
I'd like to welcome fans today to the game 2 of this series, first game of our doubleheader. West Alabama against Georgia Southwestern. Tucker Smith pitches to R.J. Brown, shortstop for the Tigers. Hits a fly ball to left field.
Good start.
To Bo Halcomb. Starts off 1 pitch, 1 out. I'm Scott Westbrook here with Ryan Young. Ryan, tell us a little bit about our pitcher today, about Tucker Smith.
Well, Tucker's He's pitched so far this season 6 innings on the year.
Batting second this afternoon.
I think he's
for
faced
West Alabama,
23
the third
batters. That
baseman,
makes
number 27,
24.
Trevor Smeaton.
Tucker's coming in with an ERA of 1.5. So pretty good start to the season for him so far. And that right there sure didn't hurt anything either.
He's facing right now number 27, Trevor Smeaton, third baseman for West Alabama. He fires in there, another strike. Playing outfield today for GSW, left field Bo Halcomb, center fielder Hunter Forrester, right fielder Jonathan Martin. I'll give you the infield right after this pitch. Smith delivers strike 2. Smeaton didn't like that one too much. He's chirping at the umpire a little bit early in the game.
And, Scott, I got a little bit more information on that play if anybody was watching yesterday with Jamar when he got hit by the pitch and struck out.
Ball high and away.
Unbeknownst to me, there's a new rule in baseball this year.
Okay.
And if you lean into a pitch, it's an automatic strike. And the umpires apparently thought he was leaning into the pitch.
Wow.
Now, having said that,
Ball 2 bounces into the catcher.
I know Jamar smart enough to know he don't want any of that 96 miles an hour to hit him.
That's
and
right.
So that's what Josh McDonald was coming out to argue, that there's no way he was sticking his elbow out there in front of 96 miles an hour.
I thought that was a little odd myself at the time, knowing who was pitching yesterday. Smeaton hits it to short left center field. Hunter Foster comes up, catches it for out number 2. Infield for the Hurricanes, third base, Jamison Wilkes. Shortstop, Matthew Mamadas. Second base, Jason Beta. And first base, Tyler Skelton. Behind the plate, we have Jacob Harrell catching and Tucker Smith. Here for you.
Thanks, Keith.
Fly ball, deep center field, caught by Hunter Forster. That'll wrap us up. 3 up, 3 down. Good start to the game.
Gotta love it.
Canes up in the bottom half of the first right after this. The 13, Jason Beta, our second baseman, faces Jason facing right-hander Kobe Crawley for the Tigers. Takes ball 1. Fans, I do want to point out one thing too. You may hear a delay. That's when the our batters are coming up to the walk-up music, we do mute the broadcast. Ground ball to the second baseman, out number 1. We do mute the broadcast because of the copyright rights for the music. YouTube kind of busts our chops on that, so you'll kind of hear a delay when the young men are walking.
Our friends at YouTube.
Yeah, our friends at YouTube. That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah, we love. Yeah,
we love YouTube.
Batting second, first baseman number 1, Tyler.
Tyler Skelton, first baseman, up to bat. I, for one, welcome our
Ooh, get
Senior
out.
Valley
Get out.
Overlords.
That's a base hit.
Base hit by Tyler
He
Skelton,
got
number
by
1.
it, Scott. It's
he's
gone to the
rounding
wall.
first, digging. He may, he puts the brakes on, comes back. Tyler Skelton gets a 1 out double.
Boy, that was a rip.
It was right down the baseline. Line drive fell right between the first baseman and right fielder. Hurricanes looking for a little bit of revenge after yesterday's game. Jonathan Martin, number 20, right fielder, batting in the number 3 spot.
Talked to his mom and dad today. He's dealing with a little toughness in that right elbow where he got hit yesterday.
Ooh.
He's not going anywhere there.
Tyler Skelton caught leaning a little bit. Third catcher came up firing because it did one hop in there. We thought maybe the catcher may not have fielded it cleanly. Throws it, gets past the shortstop, R.J. Brown, into center field, but not far enough for Skelton to advance to third, so he stays at second. 1 ball, 1 strike to right fielder Martin.
You see Martin get that back foot right on that line, getting closest to the plate as he can.
He got under that one.
Got every
that
bit
ball
of it.
It's gone. Home run, Jonathan Martin.
All right.
Just what we needed.
That'll fire him up. His elbow's not hurting much right there, buddy.
No. Jonathan Martin from
Irwin County.
Ocilla, Georgia. Actually, I think Jonathan's from Irwinville. Hits a 2-out first inning home run, put the Canes up 2-0. Number 4 spot, number 15, Hunter Foster, our center fielder, gets ready.
Just what the Canes needed right there, Scott.
Second pitch that Crawley has one hopped in there. I talked to a couple of the fans before the game because I get here early, contrary to what Mr. Leader thinks. And they said this pitcher throws a lot of different pitchers, has good accuracy. Of course, nobody's going to have as much velocity as Waits did yesterday.
Right back at
Foul
us.
ball behind us, just short of the tennis courts. Who's playing over on the tennis courts for us today, Ryan?
Well, the Hurricanes are hosting Shorter University.
So we got tennis matches behind us and baseball in front of us. And so if you got nothing to do on this Saturday, come on out here, put your dog on a leash like some other folks have done. We may have a dog fight going over there. Now that one out there, tennis. Ooh, that one hit the fence on the tennis courts. That's
could be interesting, Scott. We got 2 games going on here. We're going to have a game of Dodge baseball going on behind us.
Maybe we got to get a paramedic just kind of circling the school or circling the stadium. One hops it in there again. 2 balls, 2 strike to Hunter Foster. Crawley having a little control problem starting the game off.
Scott, we're coming out of the gates a little slow, too. I'm just told we got 47 listeners out there.
Look out. Saturday morning still.
That's going to be tough. He's on.
He's on.
Tough play to make for the pitcher right there.
Hunter Foster hits a little dribbler down the third base line. Pitcher Crawley had to field it and didn't make a real good clean throw to first base.
I do have to give notice to a couple of important people in my life just walked into the stadium. My mom and dad came all the way from
Ocilla.
Awesome.
To think they could have sat at home and listened to you, but they came here to see you.
Absolutely.
Bo Halcomb up to bat. Hunter Foster's hit was ruled a hit because it was a tough play to make, even though the throw was not a clean throw to first. Halcomb, our left fielder, has a 2-0 count right now against Crawley.
See if McDonald's going to put anything on here.
Ryan Young, known as the Tony Romo of baseball, senses a play in the making here.
They're going to make this pitcher work. I don't
think
blame
so.
him.
No, because he hadn't found the strike zone yet, and so he's got a 3-0 count.
He found it one time.
He found it one time. I think he may not put his hand back in that bag of snakes for a while. He may try to live on the corners for a little bit. That was strike one, taken all the way.
Pitch.
Mm-hmm. Halcomb taken all the way.
The wind blowing a little differently today, though, Scott.
From left field to right.
Instead of straight out compared to yesterday. There goes the runner. Doesn't matter.
Ball 4. Halcomb draws a 1-out wall. Designated hitter steps up.
Andy Moore.
Halcomb, one of our power hitters, draws that 1-out walk. Got runners at first and second with Moore up to bat. Moore swings at one. Looked like it was low and away.
Looked like it. What did Moore do yesterday? He had a couple of hits yesterday.
He did.
Didn't he have a couple of hits yesterday?
He did. I don't have the stats from yesterday. We have season stats in front of us.
Well, he's batting .250 coming into the game, I believe.
Got a 1-1 count with 1 out. Runners at first and second. Andy Moore, Houston County native from Warner Robins, Georgia. Left-handed designated hitter today.
Foster giving him the business out there at second base, trying to make him a little uncomfortable.
Ball 2. Foster is getting a pretty strong secondary lead out there at second, so
a base hit, no doubt he's going to be sending the runner.
He's scoring on a good base hit. Umpire calls timeout. Moore steps back in. Crawley gets ready to deliver.
We got Miss Leader here with us.
We got to try to pick off play.
Oh, stay on the bag. Stay on the bag. I think he slid off the bag,
oh,
Scott.
My goodness gracious.
I think he was in there, but I think his momentum got him going past the bag.
Yeah.
McDonald's going to come out and have a few words with him.
He is, but I don't know that the umpire was pretty emphatic on that call, so I don't know that he's going to get him to change that one. But Crawley. Crawley and them had read a scouting report on Foster, so they were sensing he was itching to make a run for it, and they had a pickoff play and caught him in between second and third, and had he not slid off the base.
There goes the runner. No way he's getting him.
Halcomb steals second.
High
throw, even a good throw wouldn't have got him.
I like what I see so far, though, Scott. We're being very aggressive on the base paths.
And that was a good time to run right after the pickoff play. You know, they might have fallen asleep a little bit on Halcomb over there, and a good throw wouldn't have gotten him.
Well, we need to get those runners in scoring position. We got 2 outs.
Moore hits the ball to Hughes. Hughes fields it cleanly, throws to first for out number 3, but not before the Canes get 2 runs on a Jonathan Martin right center field home run. Go to the top of the second. Canes up 2-0. Tucker Smith gets ready to deliver. Fires in there.
For West Alabama will be the designated hitter, number 9.
Strike 1 against the designated hitter for West Alabama, number 9, Wyatt Ball. Tucker Smith painted the outside corner with that pitch. This one a little too far away for strike call. Got a 1-1 count. No outs.
Boy, this wind is starting to whip around here, Scott.
It is. Good thing we've got a few paperweights. Count 1-2. Tucker Smith comes from us out of Leesburg, Florida. JUCO transfer from Lake Sumter State
didn't
College.
mean to, but let's make this play.
Jamison Wilkes fields it cleanly. Fires in there to Tyler Skelton for out number 1.
Good play to come and get that ball.
Batting 5th for West Alabama, center fielder number 2, Jalen Keys.
Tucker Smith's nickname is Tuck. That's my oldest son, is Tucker also. My mother's maiden name was Tucker. And so we named our oldest, and his nickname is Tuck too. So that seems to carry with him. Tucker Smith delivers to number 2, Jalen Keys. Hit to Matthew Mamadas, fields it cleanly, throws to first for out number 2.
Boy, Tucker Smith is working very quick this game. Throwing strikes, letting his defense work.
Batting 6th, left fielder number 28, J.D. Roberts.
Anytime a pitcher's got confidence in his defense behind him, he can fire those strikes in there and let the chips fall with him. That's strike 1, taking strike 1, number 28, Ryan Hughes, second baseman for West Alabama. He's getting ahead of the batters every time they step up.
That makes it easy. Wow.
Strike 2.
These umpires are wanting to speed this game up. As you can see him stepping out of the box, the umpire's asking him to get back in the box.
Well, the umpires get paid more for calling strikes than they do balls, too. High and away, ball 2 makes the count.
That's ball one.
Oh, was it ball one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I've been carried over from the last batter.
What about last night? We're
Yeah.
going to talk a little bit about
we
that later
will.
on?
We're going to talk about that a little later on. Wait till we get about 100 viewers. How about that?
We got to do some work here. I think we were only at 42. That's because everybody's at the park today.
Well, I guess so. Either that or sleeping in from the party at First Baptist last night. A lot of dogs out here today.
Oh, that's going to be tough.
Yeah, that's going to. Well, wait a minute. Mamadas gets. I could have sworn that ball was going to go in through the hole, but Mamadas laid out for it, fielded it cleanly, came up firing, but it was just too tough of a play. It was. I mean, I thought that would end up being in the left field.
Great effort getting over there, keeping the ball in the infield.
At the plate is the catcher, number 6, Justin Booker.
Justin Booker, number 6 for West Alabama, the catcher, gets in there. 2 outs, runner on first. Some things that our pitcher Tucker Smith likes to do in his free time. He likes to fish, play ping pong, foosball, take naps, and hang out with friends.
I heard he likes to cuddle.
You got to stop that. Everybody does. I told you everybody does that. What do you get, a pass ball or wild pitch? I wasn't paying. I was reading.
That's going to be a pass ball.
Okay. Allows the Tigers runner to advance to second. Count 1-1.
And I don't know. I understand that Harold had problems with his mitt yesterday. That I assume he restrung that mitt. I don't know if that's his or the one he went to later on in the game. I know McDonald's not going to let him catch with a broken mitt.
No, I wouldn't think so. That's all right. Sly County 12U basketball taking on Dooley County right now.
What's the line on that game?
It's going to be a tough one. I had told my son I'd have to miss that one. I didn't think basketball season would still be going when I agreed to this gig. So,
well,
counts 3-1.
Good of you to be with us, Scott.
Well,
I hate you missing your son's game.
Well, you know, there's only a few games his whole life that I've missed, any of my kids, but he really does remarkably well when I'm not there, so I can't wait to hear the report. He does much better when I'm not there, so I'm anxious. They'll be here at the ballpark as soon as it's all over. And full count, two outs with a full count here in the top of the second. But Dooley County is always strong in basketball and football. Doesn't change at the rec level. Fly ball, right field. Jonathan Martin gets under that wind swirl. Yeah. Out number 3. We're going to the bottom of the second. Only got 1 hit that inning, no runs. Leading off in the top of the second here, facing Kathy.
Leading off the second inning for the Hurricanes, the shortstop, number 7, Matthew Mamadas.
Facing Colby Crawley is number 7, Matthew Mamadas, our shortstop. First pitch away for ball number 1. Mamadas made some great defensive plays yesterday. Hits it right back to the shortstop. Fielded cleanly and fired back to first base for out number 1.
Scott, that dog's trying to come after you.
Let me tell you something. It's only a matter of time before we have a couple of dogs lock up in a big old tussle out here. I can go and tell you that right now.
Yeah. Next thing you know, we'll have chickens out here.
The third baseman, number 22,
Do what?
Jameson Wilkes.
Said next thing you know, we're going to have chickens out here.
That's right. That's right. Jameson Wilkes, our third baseman, steps in there. Called strike 1.
Wilkes does have 1 triple on the year already, Scott.
I think he's the only one of our players that has a triple. Is that correct?
Yes, he is.
In this early season. Low and away for ball 1. We got 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Canes up 2-0 over West Alabama in game 2 of this series. West Alabama won the game yesterday. We're in a doubleheader today. Fouled back towards the Canes dugout. Makes strike 2. 1-2 count to Wilkes. Wilkes fouling away again.
Kind of reaching for that a little bit.
Got to be defensive in there with 2 strikes. Sun's starting to come out, make it warm up a little bit. I tell you, we were bragging about all the good weather we had this past week for the games, and you know we're still going to have some cold days.
I told you yesterday we were going to be calling some games with teeth chatter.
That's right. That's right. Strike 3 for out number 2. Wilkes. Our catcher, Bo Harrell, number 24, steps in there getting ready to face Crawley. We'll have a few more cold days out
Jacob
there.
Harrell.
The catcher, number 24.
I'm sorry. You're right. Thank you. Jacob Harrell.
Fans, we're just still getting to know these players.
Well, let me tell you. I'm going to go ahead and tell you this.
And by the way, Scott is getting old.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's right. I was so proud. I went through the whole lineup and wrote their names without even looking at the roster this time. And I
Did you study last night?
No, that's just coming to me, getting to know these boys, and I got to know some more of them last night at the Night to Shine. They all showed up, even after playing a tough baseball game yesterday. They showed up and helped out and were buddies. I mean, buddies to a lot of our guests there last night at the Night to Shine. Did a tremendous job. I got to meet 2 or 3 of them, and I'll share that with you later today, either in the first game or second game. But you know, one of them in particular, and I'll share who this was later, was able to was the buddy to the guest.
Get through there.
Harrell right up the middle to the center fielder for our first hit of this inning. 2-out single to Keys. But I was talking to one of our players, and I worked the karaoke booth with my wife, and while one of the guests was performing at the karaoke booth, I was able to talk to one of our ball players. He said he'd gone to high school with her. He knew the girl. He knew the young lady he took with him, and so that was special for both of them.
Well, I tell you what, if you're a Hurricane, you should be proud of these guys. These guys and gals who go participate in that, and I've heard nothing but good things from last night. I talked to Mike Leader, our athletic director, this morning. He said that social media was blowing up with just the gratitude of and just people just bragging on these guys and gals so much at Georgia Southwestern.
And we had several of the golfers there, the golf team, some of the golf players golfers there. Jason Beta, our second baseman, in the bat. He's our leadoff hitter. Facing Crawley. 2 outs. Runner at first.
Beta's got 2 home runs on the year.
Ground ball to the first baseman. Boots it at first, but kept it in front of him for the out. That's 2 outs. Canes still up 2-0. Top of the third inning coming up.
Scott got some local dignitaries here visiting the park today.
Did the Honorable Mayor Barry Blunt just walk in?
The Honorable Mayor Barry Blunt is here with us today.
Does his security detail with him?
I think he let him take the day off.
Okay. I was just curious. Ryan Hughes, second baseman for the Tigers, steps in out of the bat, takes strike number 1 to Tucker Smith, from Tucker Smith.
Tucker's only given up 1 hit so far.
Ball 1, 1-1. I heard Keith giving the plug over the PA between the innings to McDonald's. You know, I've been known to visit. McDonald's, one of our sponsors. I've been known to visit a McDonald's or two. You may not find it hard to believe, but
I bet they know you by first name basis.
They might. Some of them might. That's true. Fly ball left field. Bo Harrell gets under it and catches it cleanly for out number 1.
I tell you, Tucker Smith has done a great job. I hate to keep harping on this, but getting these outs early, I mean, he's throwing strikes, letting that defense work for him.
He's working real efficiently.
Moving the ball a good bit up and down in the zone.
Austin Moffitt, number 33, the right fielder, number 9 batter, steps in there with 1 out. Tigers down to the Canes, 2-0. I think he must have called that ball 1. I believe we're going to home plate umpire gets an entrance into our regional ice center drawing at the end of the year for a gift certificate with that call.
I don't know if this is kind of looks like the same crew we had here yesterday. I think. I don't know.
I don't know.
But if that's him, it looks like the same gentleman that called behind the plate, so he may win that gift certificate.
He may. I wish they would at least give us their names. They may not do that on purpose. Hard hit ball to our second baseman, Jason Beta. Plays it on 1 hop. Fires it to first for out number 2. Tyler Skelton caught it cleanly. We're top of the order right now for the Tigers. Number 1, their shortstop, R.J. Brown, steps in there.
See if the Tigers make any adjustments coming around the second time in this lineup. See if they.
R.J. Brown.
Brown, a junior from Vicksburg, Mississippi, hits it to the shortstop, Mamadas. Out number 3, I believe Mamadas hit it to him last inning, so return to favor.
Hey.
Bottom half of the 3rd inning. Crawley getting ready to deliver. Down 2-0.
Scott, as people slowly start to creep out of bed, we're creeping up to 58 listeners.
Katie bar the door.
Keep them coming.
Low and away to Tyler Skelton. Tyler Skelton steps in there. I believe Tyler, was he the one that was on base when
Jay Moore
hit the home run?
I believe he was.
Ball 2. Tyler Skelton, our first baseman.
I think Skyler.
High hopper to the third baseman.
Skelton coming into the game was leading the team in hits. He had 9. He's already had 9 hits on the year.
He hit that ball sharply. Just third baseman got underneath it and fired it over there for out number 1. Jonathan Martin. Let's see if he's got another.
And that was his first home run of the season that we saw his last at bat.
Well,
but I tell you what, I've seen this kid. I've watched him for 3 years now. You get him cranking, buddy. You get that bat hot. This kid can really hit the ball.
I love the fact that he puts his toe right there on the inside of the batter box.
Kind of got a straight-up stance, slightly open.
He was swinging for that second one just then.
Got fooled quite a bit.
But, hey, if you're going to swing like that, you might as well do it on the first strike. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Canes up 2-0. Nobody on base. Our number 3 batter, Jonathan Martin, right fielder, facing West Alabama right-hander.
Ooh, big hack
Kobe
there.
Crawley. Got a 2-2 count. Ball 3 counts full to Martin. Jonathan Martin gets in under it, hits it this time to left center field. Center fielder Keys drifts over, catches it for out number 2. Center fielder Hunter Foster steps in there, ready to face Crawley. Tell us some about how Hunter Foster's doing, Ryan.
Well, he leads the team in doubles. He comes in at a .368 average.
Fouls away back to the Canes dugout.
Foster also leads the team in on-base percentage. That goes back to some of that Moneyball I was talking about.
That's exactly right.
If you've ever watched the movie Moneyball, what do? They get on base.
That's right.
You've never seen that movie?
I haven't.
With Brad Pitt?
You know, the last
True story.
Well, the last movie I saw, I think, was Walking Tall with Buford Pusser.
Boy, you're a busy guy, aren't you?
That's the last one.
You need to get away from McDonald's so you can watch a few more new movies.
Your movie references may be lost on me a little bit. Oh, hits it.
Oh,
man,
gave him a little bit of help.
I
think he's safe. He's safe.
Safe. Hit the pitcher's mound, bounced way high up in the air, gave him just enough for him to keep digging down first base for the Canes' 5th hit. So that's a 2-out single for Hunter Foster. Bo Halcomb, our left fielder, steps in there, number 25. That last play will help Hunter Foster's average on-base percentage. Bo steps in there, watches ball 1.
We got some former Hurricanes in the stands with us today too, Scott. We got twin brother of Coach Josh McDonald here, Justin.
How about that?
We want to try to get him over here, maybe get a little interview with him today.
I'll get up some
Hear what's going on down there in Jessup, Georgia.
I will let you do the interview, and I'll get up some gift certificates for him. Halcomb hits it to the shortstop for out number 3 as he feeds it to the second baseman, Hughes, and that'll do us for the 3rd inning, top of the 4th. Canes up 2-0. All right, we're on the air. Top of the 4th inning. Number 27, Trevor Smeaton, in there to face Tucker Smith. Tucker working very efficiently in this game. 1 hit through 3 innings.
Tucker looks good. I hope he keeps this up. Go deep, keep that bullpen quiet for the Hurricanes.
Paints the outside corner for strike number 1.
Scott, let me tell you something interesting. I talked to our coach Josh McDonald's father a while ago. I noticed he had a hat on that looked a little retro. He had that hat when both his boys, Justin and Josh, played here at Georgia Southwestern. So he must have known something back then that we all didn't know, that Josh would be coming back to Georgia Southwestern.
That's
true. He
true.
broke this thing out of the closet, and he's wearing the old retro hat that they had back when Josh was here.
That is awesome. Great.
Oh, what a play.
Mamadas,
Not going to get him, though.
That's okay. I'm telling you, Mamadas has laid out for 2 today. That's what's got to give Tucker Smith some confidence, even though it's going to be a hit. You know, you got Mamadas out there. He is
keep making those plays. When you got runners on base, I know that's tough right there to get that runner at first base, but with runners on base, you making diving plays like that, that's keeping them from getting those extra bases.
And if, you know, when you got a runner at first, you make a play like that, you flip it to second.
Flip it to second.
Taylor Clemens up to bat, the Tigers' first baseman. Watches strike 1. You know, Tucker Smith is from Florida, and one of the questions on the questionnaire they gave him said, you know, why did you choose GSW? He said he visited here in October, which is a pretty good time to visit here, and loved the small town feel. It's not too far from home, and I was able to get in-state tuition. It was the best fit for me. Well, I got to say, he's a pretty good fit today so far through 3 innings for the Hurricanes, and only giving up 2 hits. And really staying ahead of most of the batters. So we got an 0-2 count to Taylor Clemens right now.
The only thing that would have for sure, which deal got sealed, but if he could have met you when he was
well,
here.
We're going to work that into some of these guys. Bringing these recruits here and all, you know, that's one of the things I think's in the works. You know, I hate I sold my car. You know, I could have given him a ride around town in my red Lincoln with the horns on the front of it. He's out. He's out. Oh, come on.
I think that little stutter when he slid right there, umpire, I think he made the right call.
Well, I'm still going to give him an entry into our Regional Eye Center drawing for the end of the year gift certificate. That was almost as egregious as what I saw happen to the New Orleans Saints.
I hate the New Orleans Saints, Scott.
Count is 2-2.
We might have
to Taylor
lost
Clemens.
that one.
we probably lost some view because, you know, West Alabama, that gets over Mississippi, and you've got a few Saints fans over there, so we might have lost a couple of them.
But we did just – hey, we are up to 62 listeners and watchers right now.
Look out.
Oh, that's going to be tough.
Yeah, that's it. I tell you, Mamadas made a good try on that one.
Get the ball in.
Clemens just got it right over our shortstop's head. Made a big turn at first, trying to lure a throw, but the Canes thankfully didn't bite. We got runners at the corners with
West Alabama starting to chip away at us here.
They no outs. Is what concerns me. I mean, you know, you figure right now we want a double play ball, but that double play ball still may score a run right now. So we this designated hitter number 9 Wyatt Ball in there. It would be nice for him to strike out or hit an infield pop or just something to.
And I mentioned this yesterday, but I tell you what, you certainly want to get – if they're going to get on, you want them to earn it. And they've earned – he's making them earn it. He's not giving them any free passes.
No. 1-0 count to Ball.
Good pitch there. Fastball on that outside corner. I know you folks looking at home, if you have that center field view, it's kind of tough where Scott and I are. We're not directly behind home plate, so if we miss a outside-inside call here, bear with us.
We are kind of looking down the third base line behind a trash can. partially blocks our view along with the visiting dugout.
That's a nice-looking trash can we got in front of us.
Well, it's conveniently located that they probably saw you litter a little bit yesterday, and they may have pulled it down here and moved it in front of us.
Ooh, chance for a 2.
4, 6, 3.
Not before they score a run, though, but that's – well, I'll take it. I'll give up that double play for that run right there.
That's right. 2 outs, RBI double play for Wyatt Ball. Brings up the center fielder, number 2, Jalen Keys. Score now 2-1, Canes over West Alabama. Strike 1. I noticed the last batter that Smith faced, it was one of the few times he led off the batter with a 1-0 count, had a 1-0 count. He's back again to, getting the 0-1 count, getting them to, getting the first pitch strikes or getting them to chase something. But he came right in there.
And for good hitters, I mean, it typically gets a little bit easier. One time around, you see a little stuff. You
say he comes to me again that next time, I'm going to be ready for it.
That's right. Well, they've had a chance to make an adjustment, seen him one time around. The longer he stays in there, typically they learn something every time.
Got a 2-1 count. Foul ball behind us.
Almost hit your doubles partner.
Hit it. If it's a doubles partner, if I have a doubles partner, they're going to have to play like they play in a singles game. I can tell you that right now. Not much help on a tennis court. High fly ball.
That ball is going to come down with a little dew on it.
It was. Center fielder Hunter Foster makes the play. They score 1 run, score 2-1. Canes over the Tigers.
All right, and welcome back to Hurricane Field. Canes leading at 2-1. Got Andy Moore coming to the plate. We got a special guest with us just joined us, thank goodness. He looks a lot like our third base coach. You want to tell us why you look a little bit like our third base coach, Justin?
Identical twin.
Identical twin. We got Justin McDonald here, coach down in Wayne County, right?
That's correct.
You want you to put your mic a little closer because I know you like to talk like I do. Ball low in the dirt, 2-0. Started the game, you want to give us a little has your brother made any mistakes so far? Would you have done anything different?
Not yet. He's winning, so can't say nothing negative. Until he falls behind, then we can talk negative.
So, Justin, y'all about to get cranked up down in Wayne County. You just told me y'all open up with Brunswick Monday?
We do Monday against Brunswick on the road, and then first home game on Tuesday. So,
how'd your season go last year?
Went 29 and something, got beat in the second round. So, Actually, McManus was on the team that put us out. So
McManus, he
McManus,
was?
Yeah, he was. He was playing shortstop for Ola. So
As Andy Moore draws a walk. So we got one runner on. That's going to bring McManus to the plate.
Shortstop, Matthew Mamatis.
Mamatis. I'll get these
I
names
guess
right
I
before long.
mispronounced it too. So
That's all right. Hey, we have some of these mothers keep us straight
Yeah,
on
that's
here,
right.
Justin. Justin, they tell me when you was in school here now, Leader wanted me to ask you, said that you had he couldn't hardly ever get you to go to lunch with him, said you was just in love with turkey sandwiches. I mean, what's the deal with that, Justin?
trying to save a little money.
Is that what it was all about?
Yeah, saving money.
There's a hit out to center field.
They want to go eat at all the high price places, so I had to pull out the turkey sandwich.
So the turkey, did you love the turkey
I
sandwich?
did.
You still love turkey sandwiches?
Yes, I do. Light on the mayonnaise.
Third baseman, Jamison Wilkes.
So Jamison Wilkes steps in with one out. Got one runner on first. That's going to get in there in the left for a base hit. Stung that one, didn't he, Justin?
He did.
Looks like your brother, too, though. They've been a little bit more aggressive on the base pass today. Did you have a chance
Yeah.
to watch any of the game yesterday?
I watched a little bit of it. I saw them. They was running early in this one, so always putting pressure on them.
Sitting in a old money dollar. A man is out his hollow.
Catcher, Jacob Harrell.
I'm trying to figure out his signs. I don't know him yet, so I got to get on. I got to get
Yeah,
on the
you
same
make it
page
help
with him.
us. We don't want to do that, though. We probably got a lot of West Alabama folks listening in. They may cheat. But we got Jacob Harrell to the plate. I believe he got on base last at bat. We do appreciate you coming down. I know it's going to be tough for you to get down here with you being a coach.
Yeah.
I know you want to support your brother. We're glad to have you here.
Well, now I know I can listen to you.
That's right. Hey, that's got to make it easy for you.
There you go.
Pop fly out in the right. Not tagging is the runner. That makes 2 outs. So, Justin, could be a quick inning of work here for you, so you could get lucky here.
That'd be great.
I'm sure we could get you back over here if we
Yeah,
want
you got a
to.
long day. What you got? About 15 more innings?
Well, actually,
Back to the top of the order, second baseman, Jason Beta.
so Beta steps in with 2 outs. Beta's a pretty tough out. Is that the only guy on the team that y'all played against, as far as you know?
No,
or
we
played-
played Hunter Foster. He's from Jeff Davis. They're about 45 minutes north of us, and we play every year. So, heck, we knew he was a great player, can run, can swing it pretty good. So, I think he's had a couple of home runs already this year. So,
He has. What about any prospects you got on your team that you think you can help us with?
we do. We got a bunch of young guys. Freshman, sophomore class is pretty loaded up. So, try to get a few over here if I can talk him into it. It's tough to sell him on them, though.
I know your brother uses you a little bit as he should, for networking around the state, for trying to send talent this way.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that played here that they're coaching in high school, so it's going to be a good feeder system for him to get out and talk to those guys. And, you know, we see a lot of players just playing 30 games a year, and you multiply that times 10 plus guys that played here. That's hundreds of players that we see throughout a season. So, yeah, it's actually recruiting when he ain't got to be there type thing.
At the count, 2-1 to Beta. We got runners on first and second. We got Justin McDonald with us, the brother of Coach Josh McDonald. What position did you play when you were here, Justin?
Middle infield, so mostly second base.
Your brother was at first base?
That's correct, yeah.
Who's the better looking one of the
I
two?
don't know. We look exactly alike. So he was a better hitter. I'll give him that. He was a better hitter than me.
You know, it looks like Josh may have been eating more turkey sandwiches
Yeah.
than you.
I don't know. I think I got him now.
You think so?
I think I got him.
Deuces on the board. Ball hit out to second base. Flips it to short for out number 3. That's going to end the bottom half of the 4th inning, but the Canes still lead 2-1. Justin, we appreciate you spending time with us. Good luck on the season.
Thank you.
Please help us with any recruits you can send this
We
way,
will.
buddy.
Will do.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Good spending time with you.
J.D. Roberts, the left fielder for the Tigers, steps in there to face Tucker Smith. Ryan, Josh McDonald did a great interview. You did a
That's
great.
Justin.
I'm sorry, Justin.
They
Justin,
look a lot alike.
They do. He came out bunting. He must have got. It must be safe.
Good play.
Judging by the.
Good play, good bunt. He got on down the line.
But Justin did a great interview. We got a couple of parting gifts for him for the interview. We got a gift certificate for him from Scott's Gizzard Hut and Ryan's Tanning Bed and Bikini Waxing.
And, hey, I recommend that bikini waxing 100%.
Well, I think he was very happy when I handed it to him as he walked away from the interview. So
he did look excited.
He did. So we're going to try to get some
That'll
more.
probably get him back to Americas.
Perhaps. That Paul hit straight up in the air. Reminded me when I was a kid of my bow and arrow, shooting them straight up in the air. Catcher Harrell backs up there, fields it cleanly for out number 1. Keeps the runner at runner at first.
You know, I will note that because of that interview, our viewership has gone up to 67 listeners.
Well, give it time because, I mean, you and I are going to say something's going to cut it in half for too long, I'm sure.
And to all our listeners, be advised, nobody's told us what we can and can't say. So if we offend anybody, please just take it in stride.
If we offend anybody, that's their choice to be offended. It's really nothing that we did, Ryan Hughes, the second baseman for West Alabama, number 4, steps in there. He's got a count of 0-1 with 1 out. Runner at first. Canes over the West Alabama Tigers 2-1. Line drive hit to center field.
Good play.
Foster gets underneath it. It's getting tougher. I mean, a lot of people don't realize those outfielders. When the wind like this, it's hard to judge a ball coming off the bat sometimes anyway. But you had a pretty strong wind. It's kind of it's right now coming from left going to right. But look at it. Look at that flag. That flag will switch on us in a heartbeat.
It can knock a ball down a little bit if you golfers out there. I mean, you know how they can treat that golf ball. Mm-hmm. Baseball's a little heavier, hit a little bit harder, I guess, but that wind obviously plays a factor in all of this.
We've seen the outfielders on both teams kind of have a hard time today. Number 9 batter, right fielder, number 33, Austin Moffitt, stands in there to face Tucker Smith.
So far, too, Scott, a lot cleaner game today than what we had yesterday all the way around on both sides.
That's
no
right.
errors committed. So we're getting some pretty good pitching. Both teams hitting the ball pretty well.
Both, like I said, both pitchers are working a lot more efficiently. Beta, when he was up to bat last inning, he hit a foul ball over the Canes dugout. Foul ball. makes it count 1-1. And I was standing with Steven Snyder, and he looked at me. He said, I was looking somewhere else at the time, but the foul ball took 2 bounces and landed in the dumpster over there at the apartment complex. Steven Snyder said, I have been watching baseball here for 20 years and never seen one go in the dumpster like that.
Well, he just got glasses.
I know, well, Steven, that's true,
Yeah.
too. Yeah, he does.
And now it looks like Snyder's over there in the garbage can trying to get the ball out.
He'll look for an excuse. He was planning that all along. He's been eyeing that dumpster all morning. Mamadas fields it cleanly, fires to first. Out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Canes up 2-1.
You're supposed to be listening to us already.
Boy, hey, are y'all listening to us? And you got some. Daniel?
Look out. First baseman Tyler Skelton leads off, facing Crawley.
Wanted it.
Outside corner. Counts 0-1 to Skelton. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Scott Westbrook. Got Ryan Young here, and we've got a pretty tight ball game. Canes up 2-1 over the West Alabama Tigers. Called strike 2. Did he check his swing on that one?
He went around.
Okay. Canes have 2 runs on 6 hits, no errors. West Alabama, 1 run on 4 hits, also no errors. Beautiful day here in Americus, Georgia. Sunshiny. Wind blowing from the left field to the right. 2 runs. The Hurricanes got the 2 runs on a Jonathan Martin 2-run homer in the first inning, hit over there just left of the scoreboard. And Crawley has worked pretty efficiently since then. Drop third strike. Called out. Skelton tries to reach, but I think the umpire called a line infraction of some sort. Got out of the baseline or something. I'm not exactly sure, but he was yelling something.
Right fielder Jonathan Martin.
Jonathan Martin, credit him with the 2 runs, with the 2-run homer in the first inning that has kept the lane. Canes have kept the lead throughout the game. Takes strike 1. Jonathan Martin, the Canes right fielder. 0-2, fouls back towards the Tigers dugout. I want to thank some of our sponsors, Citizens Bank of Americas, Will Mill Farms out of Leesburg. Will Mill Farms, where you go to get your registered Angus, and they have other cattle for sale. Titanic Travel, another sponsor of the GSW Hurricane baseball program. Martin starting off with 0-2 count has worked at 2-2.
That's going to get down
Swings
for
a low
a hit.
pitch. It drops down in front of the short center fielder. Center fielder boots it. Martin takes a big turn, but decides to run back and take the single. 1 out single for Martin. Center fielder Hunter Foster, number 15, our cleanup batter, steps in there.
Center fielder Hunter Foster.
We apologize if that music's kind of loud. We're sitting right here beside one of the speakers. Okay, I've been instructed that our SID Keith Micklig says it's not that loud. He says, just shut up and do your job, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's got to speak. I mean, yeah, look which way the speakers are pointing. They ain't pointing at him. It's easy for him to say.
Yeah.
We'll be in the nursing home and we can't hear each other.
Yeah.
He'll be tuning pianos at 80 years old.
That'd be Micklig's fault.
That's exactly right.
Our great SID here at Georgia Southwestern. Runner goes. Looks like it may have been a hit and run.
Foul ball, maybe. I'm going to guess it drops. This is outside our view. 0-1 count to Hunter Foster.
Scott, I would like to say give a kudos to our Lady Hurricanes. They split yesterday. Auburn Montgomery got the best of them, but we beat Spring Hill 13-5 in the first game. That's a shot.
Hunter Foster got a shot over to right field. Right fielder comes up.
Uh-oh,
he's going to third. Safe. He throws it past the third baseman.
Boy, I thought Martin might have been in trouble there. He hesitated.
Foster
going
takes
from
second on that
to third, but he made
throw.
it in there safely.
We got runners at second and third with 1 out. Bo Halkemeyer, one of our power hitters, steps up there. Bo Halcom, number 2 hitter, got the second highest batting average for the Hurricanes.
8 RBIs on the year.
Let's go ahead and get 2, maybe 3 more. Let's
Go
make
ahead.
it 10 or 11. They ruled that, I guess, it
Bo Halcom.
was a single, and the runners advanced on the error. So they did give them an error. I guess they gave a throwing error to the second baseman.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Throwing error on the second baseman. Ooh, Bo got hit in the helmet.
I'm glad he reached base, but I'd just soon him stand in there and hit the ball.
Yeah, but we got our designated hitter, Andy Moore, coming up. Andy Moore, Houston County, Georgia, digs in,
Andy Moore.
ready to face Crawley after Crawley just dinked Halcom in the head with a pitch. Low gets away from the catcher, not far enough to lure our third base runner down the line.
Nobody stirring in the West Alabama bullpen.
That is odd at this point in the game, and bases loaded, 1 out, but
Base hit here may get them stirring.
that's right. I like a stand-up triple right here. But I'll take ball 2.
I'm not sure what kind of wheels Moore has, but he may have to hit it way out there to get a triple. No offense to Mr. Moore, of course.
I mean, Mr. Moore may challenge you to a foot race at the end of this game.
He would win. I would concede that.
Fouled back. I think it hit him in the batter's box, didn't it?
I'll take sure. I wasn't looking.
Ball 2. Strike 1. 1 out. Bases juiced for our designated hitter, Andy Moore. Give Andy a chance to be a hero right here.
Boy, he could break the game wide open for the Hurricanes.
Sure could. High hopper to the second baseman. I don't think, no,
he
sir.
made a
He did
bad
not get him.
choice.
No, that's exactly
Wow.
right.
Thank
I
goodness.
called that one from here. Yes, sir. Scores a run. Second baseman Ryan Hughes would probably like to have that one back.
I'm sure he would. He came way over here. He
Had an
was
easy
really
out at
close
first.
to first base. Should have just took the out at first,
But he was
good effort on the play. He was closer than I thought it was going to be at second base, but
I think that's what in the science world we call the inertia was carrying him one way, and he tried to throw it back the other. And his momentum just worked against him there.
I know about inertia. Wow, so an infield hit for Moore.
Yes. Advanced the runner, scored a run, makes it 3-1 Hurricanes over the Tigers. Matthew Mamadas in the bat, our shortstop. Bats in the 7th spot, has taken 2 balls in this at bat.
The batter is the shortstop, Matthew Mamadas.
Still no activity in the West Alabama bullpen, Scott.
Well, Kelly Crawley this may be his mess to mop up this inning.
Well, double play will get him out the inning, but
Mamadas is not one to typically hit into a double play, though. 3-0 count. What do you think he's going to take this pitch?
I think he should probably be taken, but, I mean, I'm not sure. I hadn't watched the Canes a lot this year to see what kind of what McDonald lets them do when it's 3-0 a whole lot. He was definitely taken all the way.
He's taking that one. That was strike one. 3-1, 1 out. West Alabama making the first error of the game in this inning. Opened the wound and kind of started the bleeding with that. Mamadas hits it. Not a double play.
He wasn't on the plate, Scott. It didn't look like he was on the
I don't
plate.
think he was. Third baseman Smeaton did not field it cleanly and had to come up firing a little harder than he wanted to and put the catcher in a precarious position with our runner coming down the third base line pretty hard, and but made a close play at the plate. But I'm like you, I don't think he was on the plate.
The third baseman Jamison Wilkes.
I'm sure our viewers at home could tell us. I mean, I can't see instant replay, but
Yeah.
it looked to me like he was straddling home plate, but the umpire's got a better vantage point than I do.
Well, umpire also gets an entry into our Regional Eye Center drawing at the end of the year for a gift certificate.
What a great effort out there by the right fielder, having to fight the bullpen mound out there to try to make that play.
And number 24, Jacob Harrell, in there facing Crawley after a long, high, foul ball. Makes it count 0-1. Harrell gets a
Get out.
rip on that one. Did it fall in fair territory?
Yes, foul ball.
My goodness gracious.
He's
Harrell
trying
0-2. He is
work
he is-
that right field line, isn't he?
He sure is. If that one would have been inside, he'd still be running.
Well, again,
This
I
one,
believe he's the only one on the team with a triple.
Here you go. Seems to be this bring your dog to the park day here at Hurricane Stadium. We got about as many dogs here today as we had pro scouts yesterday.
Isn't that the truth?
I'll have to watch where I step today.
Hopefully somebody's around cleaning up. Maybe we can get a list of leader to go make sure we got a clear walking path with all these dogs around.
Jacob Harrell takes ball one. Count is 1-2.
It's Wilkes.
Oh, is it? I'm sorry. You're right. I apologize. Jamison Wilkes.
Yeah, Harold's going to be the one with the shin guards.
Yes,
there
that's
on the
exactly right on the home deck circle. I apologize. My thumb had slid down on my lineup a little too far.
That's all right. You're getting old, Scott.
Well,
Aren't you having a birthday soon?
a Monday, shop now, avoid the rush.
Oh, good
Ball
eye.
2, low. Jamison Wilkes, our third baseman, in there. Count is 2-2.
Got a pretty good crowd here today, Scott.
It is. I tell
For
you,
it to be a little chilly.
people out riding their motorcycles today. I tell you, if you're just sitting at home doing nothing, you ought to.
Even if you're doing something.
Well, yeah, if you're doing something too, because there's nothing you can do on a day like today.
Yeah.
Jamison Wilkes. We got a few twos on the scoreboard out there. Batter, number 22. Ball, 2. Strike 2. Out 2.
Should buy 2 Hailstorm golf balls, Scott.
We need to start talking about the Hailstorm golf balls at the top of the next inning.
Ooh.
Is that going to fall?
No, I don't believe that's going to get down.
I could see the right fielder moving kind of nonchalantly like he had a beat on it.
We
So
had him a
that's
little
out.
nervous.
Had the bases loaded. We left 3. Not before we scored a run. Canes up 3-1. Top of the 6th inning. Tucker Smith still in there firing for the Hurricanes.
Got a past Hurricane visiting with us here today, and former chairman of our foundation, old Will Peterson, standing over our shoulder watching the game. Glad to have him and his kids here at the ball game.
Need to get some more folks out here. We got a good crowd, but we need some more folks out here cheering on our Canes. This is some good baseball, folks. Sitting around waiting on the Braves to fire up. Come on out here and get your baseball fix here. R.J. Brown drowned the Tigers shortstop. It's a sharp ball to our third baseman, Wilkes, who fires at the first for out number 1.
Scott, I started mentioning the hailstorm, and I got a text from my wife, and I think she hears me talk about this hailstorm so much, she just don't realize how excited I am about it. But we would like for everybody to visit the website to learn more about it with the hailstorm. And it's up on the screen. And if you can visit gswcanes.com/hailstorm and go on out and buy Scott a golf ball for his birthday, would you?
I would love one. Number 27, Trevor Smeaton, the third baseman for the Tigers, up to bat. Got a 1-1 count, 1 out. Yeah, I tell you, this hailstorm, I mean, it's a great time for you to invest in our athletic program here and make an investment, but you also have a chance to win something. And even if your ball is not the winning golf ball, we're still going to have a shindig that you're going to want to attend at the end of the day.
Well, not only are we trying to give money away, but we want to friend you too. We want you here. We would love for you to come to the event, get to know you. You know, I know it's a long way from West Alabama, but you can still buy yourself some golf balls and have fun with it. We're going to broadcast it on Facebook Live.
Smeaton hits a sharp ground ball, gets past our second baseman Beta into right field for a single.
First baseman Taylor Clemens.
Taylor Clemens, the Tigers' first baseman, in there to face Smith.
Scott, now before you leave, I want to hear more about your night at the Night to Shine last night.
Well, ball 1 to Clemens from Smith. We had a lot of people, like we talked about yesterday. Most people know, but in case some viewers don't know, we have a Night to Shine with this all over the country, really in several different countries. Tim Tebow Foundation puts it on, and it's a prom type event for not only teenagers and kids, but even adults with special needs, to where they can get dressed up. Usually local volunteers handle everything as far as arranging for the guests who come, arranging buddies for them. Several of our baseball players, a lot of our scholar athletes here at GSW, some of the softball players and golfers, tennis. There were several that came last night. I got to know and talk to some of them. But it's just, if you don't know what it is, get on Facebook, Google it, whatever you need to do, and if you try to get plugged in one in your local area next year. It's one of the things that, you volunteer for so many things, and you're just drained afterwards. And got him.
What a play by Skelton there at first base to dig that out.
Wilkes ran up the line and fielded that one, and fired it in there. And like you said, Skelton got it for out number 2. The runner advances. But the Night to Shine, I just can't say enough about it, because, yeah, you're drained physically afterwards, but you're charged emotionally and you're charged mentally, because some of the things like happened last night. My wife and I did one of the karaoke rooms, and I'd get in there and sing along with a lot of the guests. And you had one person in the room when you started singing? No, we were packed, man. I'll show you some pictures between innings, but the one guy in particular, he stood there and watched me sing, and he came. This was one of the guests. He came to me not only once but twice. Said to me, he said, "You're a really good singer." Now, Ryan, nobody's ever said that to me in my entire life. I'm telling you, and I'm sitting there, and he was sincere. I mean, it wasn't like you were in the corner putting him up to it.
You sure he didn't feel sorry for you?
Oh, let me tell you, that cat was sincere, and we had a good time and danced, and it's funny. Let me tell you the songs. You can tell a lot by the songs that the guests pick out that they want to sing. One of the most popular songs last night was "Happy." They all wanted to sing about happy. "Wind Beneath My Wings" was a popular one. A lot of contemporary Christian songs were being sung, and I'm just telling you that they had a great time. Look for pictures on the internet, but the kids just come in there and they dance and they sing and they have bingo, basketball, meal for them. The churches. I mean, I could start naming some of the volunteers, but I'd leave some out. But it's just a great activity to get involved in.
On behalf of the citizens here at Sumter County and around, thank you, Scott, for volunteering your time, and your wife for going out there doing that. That's
dangerous right there. Hit down the third base line. That'll score the second run of the game for the Tigers.
Big play, though, a while ago when we were talking with Skelton digging that ball out of the dirt. I would have loved to seen some of that yesterday.
Yes.
But Skelton, as I mentioned, he played shortstop for us last year, so, kind of transitioned into that first base position, but he's doing a good job for us down there, and he'll get better as the year goes on.
Wyatt Ball with that hit, the designated hitter for the Tigers, scored that run, gave him an RBI, makes the score 3-2. But to go back, Ryan, to the Night to Shine, let me tell you, the volunteers made it so easy. I mean, when I got there, everything was set up for me. I wasn't like I had to set up anything. There were people already there that had done, and you. After the visit to the mound, we are back. But let me tell you what's so neat too, and I'll hush about it till later or next game or whatever. Is so many different churches and citizens all working together, making sure.
Gets past the first baseman. A bad throw there from third, which advances the runners to second and third. Boy, good play there at third. Just got in a hurry.
Couldn't find the handle on it.
Just couldn't find the handle. Kind of bobbled it and rushed his throw and threw it way up the line. It appeared we have an obstruction in our view.
Wilkes just got to shake that one off. He's just got to shake that one off.
Roberts.
We got 2 outs. We got Tucker Smith working on the mound. Even Tucker saying, it's okay. It's all right, man. We're going to get through this.
You like to see that from your pitcher, too. Tucker's been throwing one heck of a game. And it's good to hear that. Being an infielder, if you got a pitcher that's backing you up, believes in you, says shake it off, makes you feel better as an infielder. And I'd like to see nothing other than a ground ball to third base, let him redeem himself.
That's
right
exactly right. That's exactly right. Tucker Smith gets a 0-1 count against number 28, J.D. Roberts.
Ooh, that must have been a little up.
1-1 count. Some of my papers blew off. Up here, Ryan had to go retrieve them.
And here we may get our wish.
Look at there. And he picks it, fires, and tagged him.
Oh,
tagged
he
him.
pulled the throw, pulled him up the line.
Oh,
Great
that's all
play
right.
by Skelton. Makes it out right there at first
sir.
base.
Yes, sir. Good field and fired in there. Skelton.
We're going to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Canes lead 3-2. We'll be back.
Number 24, Jacob Harrell, steps in there to face Crawley. Hits it to right field. Right fielder appears to have a beat on it, but this wind, you never can tell. Out number 1. Back to the top of our lineup, Jason Beta, second baseman for the Hurricanes, steps in there.
And I tell you, if you're just joining us, Hurricane pitcher Tucker Smith is pitching the gym. Hadn't given up any walks yet.
Jason Beta.
Pitching a good, clean game, letting the guys work behind him.
Strike one to Beta. Beta steps in there with one out.
And of
Canes
course,
still up 3-2.
Of course, other than the home run from Jamar, this gentleman's pitched a pretty good game himself.
That's right. They're both working efficiently, letting the defense do the work. Only one error on each team. Beta hits it to the second baseman, picks it up, fires to first for out number 2.
Well, Scott, what do you got playing tonight? What's going on?
Tonight we have, I've got family in town. We are headed to dinner tonight to Daphne's Lodge for my birthday, and that's where we're headed tonight. So,
What kind of what family is here?
I've got my oldest 2 kids who are away at college. They come in with my daughter's with her boyfriend and my oldest son, and my mother-in-law is down, and we got some other friends that's going to meet us there. So, you know, I guess they figure since I'm turning 50, I may not have any more birthdays in me, so I might as well start coming to these things.
You're beating the odds at Vegas, I'll tell you that.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Counts 1-1 to Skelton. Skelton had some good defensive play in the top half of the inning.
A little tidbit here, too. I went to the athletic office yesterday after the game and noticed that there was a package at Josh McDonald's door. We got some new baseball bats.
Look out. What kind?
I just saw the box.
You saw the box. You didn't. Okay. You didn't get them out and take them for a few, break them in a little bit?
I didn't take them for a drive.
You did? Okay.
I figured I'd leave all the good stuff in these bats. I didn't want to jinx them.
That's right. Adidas is the official
apparel here for
Georgia Southwestern. Go by the bookstore, pick you up some
There's a
Hurricane
base
gear.
hit.
Skelton. It's a ball to line drive to right field. Right fielder fields it, throws into second, 2 out, single for Skelton. Jamar, right fielder for the Hurricanes, number 20, steps in.
Looks like they're going to make a pitching change, Scott.
No, they snuck somebody in down there in the bullpen while we weren't watching.
And we'll go to a short break, and we'll be back with you momentarily after this pitching change here at Hurricane Field.
New pitcher in for the West Alabama Tigers, Nathan Nicolosi from Pleasant Grove, Alabama. 5'11", 167-pound left-handed senior. Fires his first pitch in there for ball number 1.
Of course, I guess they looking at the lefty-on-lefty matchup here, Scott.
Let's see what Jamar can do with this. Hits a fly ball. Third baseman comes in running in like his hair's on fire. Makes the call, makes the catch, and out number 3. We go to the top of the 7th. Score 3-2, Canes over the Tigers.
Alabama catcher Justin Booker.
Justin Booker steps in there against Tucker Smith, top of the 7th inning. Canes still leading 3-2.
Scott, you and I were just talking off the air. Although yesterday was pretty exciting, this is just a really fun ball game to be watching today.
It really is, but you really made me nervous when you said we were what you were about to. I didn't know what you were about to, which direction you were headed when you said we were talking off the air. I got a little nervous just then.
I was just going to wait and save that when you left. I was going to tell everybody what you said.
Smith got an 0-2 count. Justin Booker takes ball 1. Smith delivers ball 2, counts 2-2 now to Justin Booker.
Tucker Smith's done a heck of a job getting us already into the top half of the 7th inning. Icing on the cake here if he gets us through this 7th inning, Scott.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got some activity in the bullpen, but not a lot.
There's a good start to it.
Fly ball, Beta looks like he's. Say who
Makes the
got
play.
it? Okay. Jason Beta catches that. Makes
We got
out
some
number 1.
of the McDonald family walking here in front of us. 7 thumbs up. How many did we have yesterday? We had 14 thumbs up yesterday. So if you like what you hear, how about give us a thumbs up?
We get paid based on those thumbs up. We probably should be.
Second baseman
In
Ryan
fairness,
Hughes.
we should disclose it. That's how our pay is based on that. Ryan Hughes, second baseman, number 8 batter for the Tigers, steps in there. Counts 0-1. Tucker Smith, he's like I said, 7th inning. It don't like he's taking the foot off the gas. Swings at a high fastball. 0-2 to Ryan Hughes. Ryan Hughes from Mobile, Alabama. Senior, 5'10", 186 pounds. Taps the plate, digs in, takes his practice swing. Smith gets ready, fires, strike number 3.
Good pitch.
Ryan Hughes takes the long walk to the dugout after swinging at strike number 3 and out number 2.
Well, Tucker Smith right now is showing no sign of slowing down right here, Scott.
He's sending a message, Coach.
Right fielder,
Coach, I
Austin
got you, brother.
Lovett.
Ain't no reason for you to bring anybody in right now.
Well, and, they're down in the bullpen just stretching. Nobody's even throwing yet, so
No,
that may be the starter for the next game. I don't even know.
they're whittling Christmas ornaments down there. Mamadas fields it, throws it to Skelton.
3 inning. You got to love it.
7th inning stretch. 3 batters, 3 outs.
The center fielder, number 15, Hunter Foster.
Number 15, Hunter Foster, steps in there to face the new pitcher for West Alabama. Number 36, Gavin Rogers out of Soddy Daisy, Tennessee, steps in there. The 6'2", 220-pound sophomore right-hander fires in there. It looks like ball number 1.
Scott, Mike Leader was just over here. May give our listeners some incentive to give us some thumbs up. If we get a bunch of them, he said he was going to fire us.
Well, please, Rare Bear, throw me in that briar patch.
We're switching gears here, technically, with
We got a
some of our
relief
camera
pitcher
people.
coming in.
We got our head SID sitting right beside me, Keith Micklig now. We're welcome to have you, Keith. Thank you for everything you do.
Glad I get to be right in the middle of all the action.
Absolutely.
Real action.
Well, Keith can help us keep a better eye on what's going on out on the field.
Swing got strike 2.
I just found out the GSW men's and women's doubles have won.
Awesome.
Singles is underway right now.
Against Shorter University.
Shorter University. So congratulations to our men and women's doubles.
Count 2-2 to Hunter Foster.
And that's all in while they're dodging baseballs as well, Scott.
That's
So
exactly right. That kind of ratchets up the level of difficulty for a tennis match. Hunter Foster, just as sure as you said it, there it landed the ball on court number 2.
somebody's going to have to be restringing some strings. I
Yes,
saw
sir.
them swatting at that baseball, Scott.
Well, it sure came down right there on the second court. Foul ball. Count remains 2-2. Hurricane center fielder Foster came into the game the highest batting average on the team.
What a rip
That'll
out in
add
center
to it.
field.
Oh, my goodness.
Ooh,
Oh, man.
right at him.
called that a little early. Yeah,
Well, he had to get on his wheels a little bit, but he hit
did.
that right.
Now batting
that ball
left fielder number
that ball was
25,
tattooed.
Cole Halcomb.
He squared up on that one very nicely.
Bo Halcomb, number 25, left fielder, steps in there with one out. Bottom of the 7th. Canes over the West Alabama Tigers 3-2.
We
Ball
got
one
a
high.
new voice on our PA system since Keith Micklig sitting over here beside us. Our athletic director, Mike Leader, has stepped up, as they always do in this athletic department when we fall a man or woman short, to step up and help each other out. Mike Leader's on the PA.
I wonder why our fans walked. We had lost a lot of fans, but it's the last inning. You think that had anything to do with it?
Well, it could, Scott. We have folks outside of here that are investigating right now, try to figure out why we have. If that makes any sense.
Could have sold out a pound cake.
That's exactly right. Miss Deborah's pound cake.
High hopper.
Oh, he's on.
Bo Halcomb digging down the line, forced a bad throw.
He's going on to third.
He's going on third. High hopper to the third baseman. Turned into a hit with a two-base error maybe? Is that what they're going to say? Or is it?
I think that's how you score that. What do you think, Micklig? Micklig's
Now
working
batting
hard on our
the designated hitter number 2, Andy Moore.
Designated hitter Andy Moore, number 2, our number 6 hitter, steps in there with one out. And another run only 90 feet away.
You can. No, I haven't. But you can.
Uh-oh, that's got a chance to get out of here, Scott. Short hops the wall, Scott. Out in the right field.
Stand
Attaboy.
up double. Andy
baby.
Moore, our designated hitter, number 2, drives home a run.
I thought that had a chance to get out. It did just short hop the fence out there in right field, Scott.
This relief people, Nicolosi
Now
came in at the end of the inning,
shortstop, number
made
7,
one out, and then when we started this new
Matthew
inning, they brought in a relief pitcher before this inning,
Looks like we're going to be pinch running for Moore here.
the beginning of this inning. Gavin Rogers has not got a warm reception from our Hurricanes.
Your attention, please. Offensive change for the Hurricanes. Coming into pinch run, number 8, Cole Clark.
Pinch runner Cole Clark from Nahunta, Georgia, Brantley County. Nahunta, Georgia, Brantley County. Do you know where Nahunta is?
I do not know where Nahunta is.
Nahunta is very close to Hoboken, Georgia.
Hoboken.
Yes, they're two towns right next to each other. You can't tell when you go into one down there in extreme southeast Georgia.
Well, maybe he can make his hometown proud, score a run here for the Hurricanes.
Matthew Mamanis, our shortstop, up to bat, number 7 batter. Runner at second. Canes up 4-2 thanks to the most recent run batted in by the stand-up double, Andy Moore, our designated hitter.
Scott, I can't say enough of how much these Canes have been fighting already this season, and they stay up in that dugout all game long.
We can take the bench out of the dugout, I think.
I think we could.
I think we could sell it. I think we could sell it.
We may need to use it for firewood sooner.
That's the truth, because they stand the whole time. They are fired up, ready to go, chomping at the bit to get in there and contribute. Mamatis, take strike one.
Taking all the way.
Taking
right
all
there.
the way.
Nobody's in the West Alabama bullpen.
Mamatis 3-1 count. He hits one to the right field. Right fielder seems to have a beat on it and catches it.
Did his job, though. Moved the runner over.
Cole Clark
Now batting
tags
the
and
third
moves to
baseman,
third.
Number 22, Jamison Wilkes.
Third baseman Jamison Wilkes steps in there.
Looked like they were trying to see if he left early. Umpire made the signal that he did not.
Wilkes takes ball one. Rogers stands ready. Foul ball, tennis court. Court number one this time.
It was in.
Counts 1-1.
Scott, as good a time as y'all had at night to shine, you did send these kids home at a decent hour, obviously.
Everybody went home at 9 o'clock, and that's a testament to them. I went and performed there last night and helped and volunteered and danced and sang, but these guys did it after playing 9 innings of baseball.
And now they're back here to play 18 more today.
That's right.
What a great job. Ooh.
Ball 4 way outside.
Deuce is wild out there, Scott.
Yes, sir. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Batter number 22 steps in there. Foul ball out of play. Count remains 2-2. Cole Clark, he is taking a pretty generous secondary lead down third base, making a pitcher a might bit nervous, I think. Hot shot to the shortstop. Fields and throws to first for out number 3. But once again, Canes get another run, makes the score 4-2. We go to the top of the 8th. Top of the 8th inning. West Alabama Tigers in the position where they want to be if they're down by 2 runs. They got their leadoff batter leading off this inning. R.J. Brown, shortstop number 1, steps in there. Takes strike 1. You know, we can't say this enough. Oh, Tucker Smith, he is still coming in there with the first pitch strikes. Not afraid to throw it in there.
He's pitched an absolute gem so far this game.
R.J. Brown reached into the back of the next batter's box to get that one. 0-2 to R.J. Brown. Tucker Smith delivers. Going outside, 1-2.
I tell you what, this day and time with setup men, closers, people coming out of the bullpen, you know, anytime you get more than 7 innings out of your starter these days, That's money in the bank.
Justin Wilkes has a beat on it, gets underneath it, takes out number 1 in foul territory.
Trevor Smeaton.
Trevor Smeaton, the third baseman for the Tigers, bats in the number 2 spot in their lineup and the number 2 spot in this inning. Comes in there with 1 out after Tucker Smith has only thrown 4 pitches so far this inning. Once again, comes in there with that first pitch strike.
And with Tucker Smith coming in, pitched 6 innings already this season, coming into the season, he's already gone 7 1/3.
Harold tried to frame that one.
So he's somewhere around the 88 pitch count, I'm being told. 80? 88th pitch from Tucker Smith.
About as many viewers as we have.
About as many viewers as we have, that's right.
Two balls, 1 strike. Smeaton gets ready. Smith delivers. Ground ball, second baseman Beta fields it cleanly, throws to first. Out number 2.
The first baseman, number 25, Taylor Clemens.
Taylor Clemens, the first baseman for the Tigers.
And Scott, RSID just handed me a note. This far in the game, Tucker Smith, he's only got 1 strikeout, but no walks. And he is all over this plate. He's letting his defense work. If I could get in any of our pitchers' head and ears, this
First
is
pitch.
what we need to be doing.
First pitch strike yet again. That's exactly right. Yeah, we got some folks fire around the bullpen, but I believe I'm going to ride this pony right here that's on the mound to the end of this game until he shows me something else.
It's a lot of fun to play behind somebody like this. There's a lot of work to be done in the infield. It keeps you on your toes. You're going to see you typically see a lot of good plays made when somebody's working like this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's going to enter him into our drawing for the end of the season gift card at Regional Eye Center. With that ball 2 call. Three balls, 1 strike. 3 balls and 1 strike to Taylor Clemens.
Ooh, right down Broadway.
Full count, 2 outs. Smitty gets ready to face Taylor Clemens, number 3 batter. He fouls it out of play.
Good pitch.
Tucker ready to deliver. Line drive, center field, back, not far enough, out. Number 3, fielded cleanly by Hunter Foster, and that'll wrap us up. Go to the bottom of the 8th. Canes up 4-2. Jacob Harrell stands in there to face Rogers, bottom of the 8th inning. First pitch strike. 0-1 to Jacob Harrell. I'm assuming that's 36 Rogers still out there. I hadn't. It is.
That's him.
It is. He didn't have a very good bottom of the 7th inning, but they decided to leave him in there and see what he can do with Harold and the following batters. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Did your son win his basketball game?
I don't know. They won't tell me. This is the text I get. This is the text I get. I said, I asked my family, when are y'all coming? They said they're on their way. My oldest son, who, you know, he's kind of he played basketball 4 years at Taylor County. He sits there and he says, "Did you hear about the game?" With no response. Well, how would I have heard about the game? Y'all were there.
doing one.
I know it. How would I have heard about the Sly County 12U basketball game against Dooley County? That makes no sense to me. So
well, maybe we can find out, so our listeners can find out whether your son won his basketball game.
We'll get I'm sure to completely. Now my oldest son will give an unbiased report. My 12-year-old, my 13-year-old will be different. Harold hits a fly ball to left field for out number 1.
Jason Beta.
Jason Beta, our leadoff man, steps up there, face Rogers. Beta, left-handed batter. Normally a pretty reliable batter up there.
Tough out.
He's a tough out. Low and away. He didn't come at him with the first pitch strike.
I think Beta, one of the big leaders on the team, vocal.
Good. Beta hits one to left field. Left fielder kind of looked a little puzzled there at first, but got underneath it.
Now batting the first baseman
for out number 2.
Tyler Skelton.
Tyler Skelton, our first baseman, he's had a pretty good game defensively. Steps in there with 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th. Canes up 4-2 over the West Alabama Tigers.
Skelton's had a pretty good game at first base over there today, too.
He has. Nickname is Skelt or Skelt?
Skelt or what?
T-Skelt. I thought that was a silent T, but it's T-Skelt.
Oh, I got you.
You know, like in Czar. Swing and a miss makes it 1-1 with 2 outs.
Got in on him a little bit there.
You know, the flag's not moving around out there in center field much, but it's blowing around right here at our table.
It sure is.
Well, now
coming out of the north.
Now the flag stiffens up out there. Ooh, hit him right in the funny bone.
Right in the what?
Funny bone, elbow area.
I thought you were about to say something
now
else.
Batting the right fielder, number 20, Jonathan Martin.
If I'm going to use medical terms, you know, I'm going to probably have to get something you kind of pointed out to you. You know, I understand you're a little slow on those.
Yeah, I need a medical dictionary sitting up here with you.
Jonathan Martin, right fielder. Number. Let's put him on the bookie, on the corners.
You calling it?
I might. Let's see how he works him. If he gets to a 2-2 count, I'm going to call a home run.
We should bet each other a golf ball on that.
No, I'm not a gambler.
But you would gamble with the hailstorm.
Well, it's going to be strike one and one's going to be better odds than me betting a home run.
I don't know.
You're going to have me give me some odds on that.
There goes the runner. Pick up your coach.
I think him going right there made the catcher take his eye off the pitch a little bit and went to the backstop, but he would have probably stole that base anyway.
Yeah, I think so. I thought Skelton may have had a chance to make his turn right there. Got a pretty deep backstop back here at Hurricane Field. The catcher did a good job hustling, getting the ball. Sorry for yelling for him to pick up the catcher, but I saw Skelton never did look down Coach McDonald's way.
Well, he probably – that's true. I mean, you're trying to steal a base.
But he was doing his job to try to get to second base.
That's exactly right. Catcher's having to field some pretty low pitches right now. 3-1 to Jamar.
Nothing stirring in the West Alabama bullpen.
We got a little activity down there in our bullpen, but I don't know if that's for the next game or if we got a closer we're going to bring in.
That may be Timberlake down there in the bullpen.
Foul ball. Foul it off his foot. May have. Yeah, he's walking around and hit him somewhere.
Tell you what, he's taking a beating in this series. Got hit in the elbow with 1,000 miles an hour.
And had to take a strikeout for it.
Hey, yeah, and then send him over there with the new rule that we got now in place.
Yeah, but you know that umpire was chomping at the bit to call that one time, you know.
He just wanted to go ahead and get it out there.
Yeah, he wanted everybody to know, you know. I don't know what happened, because he had that Evo shield right there on his elbow. We don't need Jonathan Martin winged. I can tell you that, brother.
He's a tough kid. If he's in there playing, I hadn't seen his elbow. They said his elbow's kind of swole up from getting hit by that pitch the last game.
Bounced up and hit it again because that Evo shield that he's got right there protects the outside of his elbow, but not underneath there. So I wonder if that ball bounced up and hit him underneath that thing. Only way I know what that is, my son has one of those, and when he came to me and wanted that thing, and I said, you know, that ain't gonna do you no good. He got out there and wore it a couple of times, and you know, and then now it's been his batting bag ever since. But I guess if he ever got dinged in the elbow and needed it, he'd wear it.
Yeah, after the fact.
After the fact, that's right. That's exactly right. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that puts us out of the 8th inning and top of the 9th. Hopefully the Canes can come up and have a good defensive inning and end this game with them ahead 4-2. Number 9, Wyatt Ball, designated hitter for the Tigers, steps in there to face Tucker Smith. Tucker Smith has gone 8 innings of great pitching. Wyatt Ball had a clutch hit earlier in the game. First pitch ball to Wyatt Ball. Strike.
To our viewers at home, we do have Timberlake, who is our closer, up in the bullpen just in case. I'd like to see Tucker Smith close this thing out, Scott.
I would too. I mean, he's just pitched a phenomenal game. His defense has performed well behind him. Was that a ball?
Ball up.
Count 2-1.
And I just was told that was his 100th pitch.
Come on, Blue.
So be interesting to see how if we do walk a batter or somebody reaches, how McDonald's going to react, and if we go to the bullpen quickly or give him a chance to work out of it.
Strike on the inside corner.
I'd kind of take my chances with Tucker Smith right now with the game he's pitched, this is the toughest decision of a head coach is knowing when to take that starter out.
The thing is you know, darned if you do and darned if you don't in that situation, because he's going to be second guessed regardless.
I don't think we're going to have to worry about that right now, are we?
Right. Wyatt Ball takes a long walk to the Tiger bull dugout after striking out.
The center fielder, number 2, Jalen Keys.
Jalen Keys, center fielder, number 2, steps in there with 1 out.
So number 5 hitter?
He is. He hits in the 5 spot.
So we're working through the meat of the order somewhat to get out of this, to get this win.
Strike 1, first pitch strike from Tucker Smith. We've grown accustomed to seeing those throughout the game. Hot shot, third base. Wilkes fields it cleanly, throws it.
Well, he threw a little high throw over there, and Skelton again with good instincts to tag the runner. Came up the line, the throw brought him up this way, and he tags the runner out. I'm not sure if he had time. He may have had time to go back and just tag the bag, but nevertheless, it's an out.
He's out. I appreciate you standing up in your chair so you could see that
Absolutely.
play so we could get the what really happened on it. J.D. Roberts, the left fielder for the Tigers, stands in there, takes ball 1 from Tucker Smith. That's going to be a hit right there.
Slicing down the line out the left.
He makes a big turn at first, but decides to stay at first base. So, tying run comes to the plate.
The catcher, number 6, Justin Booker.
Justin Booker, catcher.
All right, Kings. Let's bear down and get this third out.
Shooter for West Alabama, number 20, Jake Hartman.
Number 20, Jake Hartman from Nesbitt, Mississippi, is the pinch hitter. He is also a catcher. Senior, 6 foot, 194 pounds. Hartman played a good bit yesterday. I think he may have been the designated hitter yesterday. I'm trying to remember. First pitch strike.
Slider down there, down and away.
Foul ball. I'm sorry.
That's going to be a fair play.
Fly ball.
Jamar makes the catch, Scott.
Final out of the inning.
Final score from game 1.
Hurricanes 4, West Alabama 2. That evens up the Hurricanes record at 3-3. Y'all stick around. We got another game after this. Thank you for tuning in.
Begin in approximately 45 minutes. First pitch, 4 p.m.